would do the same thing. No.
That's it.
And he even got the reverse tail spike. Axe takes the tournament.
Tokido with a humongous lead here. Punk, he's got to make it happen.
That's enough.
The
No.
bumper, no. Look for the
The
chip out.
chip damage from Tokido.
That's going to be it. Your NorCal Regionals champion, the Demon.
Welcome everyone to eSports in 30. I'm Brody Moore, and this man right beside me is Drewface. Whenever you see his face here, you know we talk in the FGC. Now, Drew, we're gonna dive deep into what went on this weekend, but give me a quick recap first.
Oh man, we went to the West Coast. Shouts to Nipsey, baby. Rest in peace. We went to the West Coast. We talking about like not only Smash Bros, but Street Fighter 2. Shouts to NorCal Regionals. Man, we saw Return of a King, and we also saw somebody get past his demons. On top of that, we saw some stalling in British Columbia, baby. We talking real stalling. Like that.
A lot of stuff. We'll get on that later. There's so much action to talk about, but we're gonna hone in on Street Fighter 5 from the NorCal Regionals. Let's get y'all caught up on the action with these highlights.
Leveled again. He's got V-Trigger on deck. The smash activate. What the heck? That was the whip cancel off the missed fireball strider.
He had it planned the entire time.
Oh, it doesn't go for the V-Trigger follow-up.
This man has all the setups.
Look for fireball. Oh, he's
The
jacked
chant,
the
and he went into
run.
the V-Trigger. Oh my goodness.
He switches the old. He's got that better defensive wall now with the grams, but back to Young.
Oh,
Uppercut.
the uppercut.
Knock him down.
Here we
What's
go.
the guess? Demon.
Demon.
He got him. Momochi with his hands on his head. He knew it. The whip Tatsu.
He has to be reversal to save himself from Dizzy. He got the counter.
That's gonna be it. He's gonna get the
stun.
stun.
Yes, he gets
And
the stun.
that's it.
Smug.
Smug is gonna take his place in top 8. There will be 2 Americans.
Great blocks there from Smug. He did get the stand short off that.
Wow.
Mid-air.
How in the world did he snipe him? He's got a bar here for the end. Mixed up the
Back
back
throw.
throw.
He waited just in case Fujimura wanted to uppercut.
Baits it this time for the Dizzy, and John's got meter to spend. EX, that's a perfect
That's what I'm talking about.
answer back. Medium mixer, EX.
One more sequence could actually do it. Back throw could do it.
In the front.
That's a double perfect from John Takeuchi. 3-1 over Smug.
The double perfect. The way he looked at the camera like.
Yikes. Don't ever expect another man's controller. Don't you ever.
You know, Tokido's been approaching from the air. He has to give him a chance to use those crown buttons. Beats the throw.
Just in
Uppercut.
range. Yeah, just not quite enough yet.
Cross up goes low. Tokido's in grand finals just like that over Fudo.
No buttons press. He walked back and forth 3 times.
EX. Blow chain. That's the last bit of beat. He hit
got
a
it.
button. He committed Punk with the combo. He's moving on to grand finals over Fudo.
Tokido making sure he feels the pain.
Oh, he can Demon actually. He's got the meter available. The Demon in the night.
He called it, and the demon comes out.
Already taking a drink, the Demon in the night, tying things up. Jump over the uppercut for Punk. What does Tokido have left? He's on defense.
The
Across.
sweep, it was a crush counter.
The throw. He
Punk with the
resets.
fist pump right afterwards.
Resetting the bracket here at NCR. Right, a couple of times. No more feature.
A little forward, a little bit too far out to get the Tenko. Tokido didn't get to confirm it.
Tokido with a humongous lead here. Punk, he's got to make it happen.
That's enough.
The
No.
bumper, no. Look for the
The
chip out.
chip damage from Tokido.
That's gonna be it. Your NorCal Regionals champion, the Demon, does it. He takes out Punk. Bracket reset. All those matches later. Back-to-back NCR Grand Finalist Tokido is your NCR 2019 champion.
And now we've got a crowded couch because Blitzman was on his way by the studio and decided to stop in. Welcome, dude. What's up? What's up? It's very good. Why am I not on that side of the couch?
I'm sorry.
This is bull. I
don't date outside my race.
I quit. Oh, all right. Anyways, we got to talk right now, Kaus, about the epic NorCal event that went on. Right off the top, let's talk about Tokido Punk Grand Finals. Man, both those guys, again, have a bit of a slump, and now all of a sudden they're at the top. Yo, run me through that.
You know what? Tokido had a really rough 2018 near the end. I mean, he had an amazing beginning of 2018, but now that he's out of that slump, man, he looks dominant, dude. What do you think?
I think he was always doing good. It's just that, can't guess or be lucky every tournament, right? Like,
Is that what it's coming down to? Is just like, you can only be lucky
Okay,
so much, though. I mean, these
want
guys are
to know how
consistently
many
up there.
times, like, someone's got to make a stat of how many times commentators have said, and he's guessed wrong, and he's stunned, and that's the round. Like, that's just what I want to know statistically.
It happens a lot in this game.
Yeah, exactly,
Street Fighter
right?
5, man.
But
Very volatile.
I do know at final round he did do one wrong combo against Cool Kids Abigail, and that's why he lost.
Yeah.
So for that, execution error. But
This is what I'm thinking, though, is like, again, like, now, like, someone like Punk, who again had a bit of a slump, is now pushing up against one of the best of the best right now. Like, there's got to be something that you can put that luck in your favor, even if there is a lot of that 50-50, right?
I think he's actually playing amazing. From what I saw, he played really
Yeah, forced
well.
the bracket
Okay,
reset.
and that's not luck either. Like he whiff punished amazingly.
His neutral was amazing, dude.
Yeah,
It's on point.
his hit confirms were probably 90 in the high 90% percentile. Like,
Yo, homie, do you think his curse, his Evil 2017 curse, is over? Because he did reset the bracket against Tokido.
I think when he stopped playing other characters, he just like back up.
So his character choice was bad? Like, is
'Cause
there
he's
clear
still-
defined, like, you shouldn't be playing these guys?
I mean, because like Karen is what put him at the top, right?
Yeah,
And even
yeah,
though
yeah.
they nerfed her, I think from what happened was he just read these nerfs and read all these buffs for all the other characters. He's like, all right, well, might as well play something cheaper. But like, it didn't fit his playstyle as well as Karen does, in my opinion.
And the thing is, near the end of 2018, he just stuck with Karen and became a god again.
Yeah, like it doesn't matter about her nerfs. Like you can nerf the character, but you can't nerf the player, right?
Yeah,
So
that's true. Yeah. So going forward, do you think like, is there anybody else but like Punk Tokido? That's a storyline, Blitzman, or like, do you think it's going to fluctuate again?
I mean, there will always be that rivalry between them just because of how Evo happened. I think he played way better. Like at Evo, he looked really nervous in the way he played, and I think it showed.
Absolutely.
But in this, he was definitely more comfortable. And even though he didn't win, it was so close. Like he played really, really well.
Like not even just for like the players though, I guess for the fans, but for the players. Like, are you like looking out at these two, or should you just be like playing your own game right now? Like, are you like a lot of times people when they prep, they want to look at other like people they might have to face in bracket. Is that what you're having to do right now, or because of kind of just the volatility of it? Are you just playing your game, or are you looking at Tokido and Punk now and being like, all right, these are the guys I got to beat?
I mean,
Punk's been doing good, man. He's been like not top 2 every tournament. He's won the last 2, I think. Or no, won the last one, final round.
who won final? Punk?
Yeah, Punk did.
Okay, then
He smacked him up, free.
I thought what did Momochi win? I thought Momochi won something. Like,
It's so confusing. Who's winning what?
there's
He
so
won
many
Evil
players
Japan.
now.
He won Evil Japan.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
There's so many
But he got
players
top
now
3.
that are really good, and like, as you say, the game is so volatile that like, there's so many players to watch. Like, you can't just look at 2 players and be like, these are the 2 I have to beat, right?
Yeah. All right, I want to move a different set. Sako Momochi, since you just mentioned Momochi, I know you were hyped on this. Can you just run me through what we saw?
So Sako, what he did, he picked low tier. He picked Kage, and all of a sudden he beat Momochi's Zeku with it.
Yeah.
And everyone thought the character switch was terrible because Mana was doing pretty good, but then all of a sudden he picked Kage, demons the guy, and then takes the victory, makes it to top 8, dude. Like, that's just the way it works sometimes. What do you think, man?
Probably character unfamiliarity. in
Yeah.
terms of
Sometimes
matchup.
you don't know
makes
the matchup, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter about low tier. I think any character can really win in Street Fighter 5.
Prove it.
How about your boy Abigail?
He can still win. He has, like, even though he sucks now, like, the V trigger is still unga bunga. You just activate and one wrong guess, the guy dies, right?
That is true.
So you just think it came down to unfamiliarity? You agree with that? Unfamiliarity?
I don't know.
I also think he's been playing him the most.
Yes, he has.
Yeah. Like, he hasn't been playing Mana. I think when he streams, he's playing Kage. So he's probably like, okay, whatever, I might as well go to what I've been playing, right?
Yeah, I think it's more so he's more familiar now with Kage than he is with Mana, and Mana's got a bunch of changes this season. On top of that, he literally told Momochi, he mind mended him. Or mind blasted him. And the way he did it was he told Momochi, he was like, I'm not gonna play Kage against you.
Yeah.
And Momochi's like, are you sure? Are you sure you're not gonna play Kage? Because I read this in the interview yesterday, actually. And he's like, I was surprised he picked Kage, and I'm surprised he beat me with Kage.
So what tools does Kage have that like you should be abusing if you're using the character?
Nothing. He sucks.
Okay.
You think he sucks that bad? I think isn't his teleport cross up?
It's -9, so it's like
On
unsafe.
block?
Yeah, it's super unsafe.
Oh,
So
wow.
people aren't even blocking correctly.
Okay, yeah.
It's just that it's also.
But it's hard to block.
It is very hard to block, but it's also +9 when it does hit, or plus a million. I'm gonna say plus a million.
Plus a million.
At least.
He's still got, okay, he's not cheap and he's not unga bunga, but if he gets the right hits,
Yeah.
he stuns you really fast.
He does. He did mad damage.
Yeah, there you
All
go.
right, so verdict is out. We're undecided. Let's. I want to talk about Smug though. My boy Smug, man. I've always loved this guy. But yeah, he's doing all right. He showed up. He took out those Oilkin, Bonchan, Fujimura. Like he was popping off.
Oh, his matches were actually really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love G. G is a great character. That character is so cheap. He's so cheap.
So you don't think it was Smug? Are you talking crap on Smug now? It's just his character?
No,
that carried him?
Smug's great. Smug is actually, in my opinion, for the US, actually East Coast for sure, he is probably the best offensive player I've ever played or seen.
Yeah, yeah.
Like he reads a person really quickly, and pair him with G, like that character corner carries you in one touch, any touch, and then you have to guess on block in 150-50, and if you guess wrong again, you're dead. So.
Yeah, well, and then they got double perfected by John Takeuchi.
Oh,
yeah.
because he postulated all the possibilities of that perfect.
Oh yeah,
which is what
absolutely.
Smug would say.
John Takeuchi, dude. He's a smart guy.
That's
apparently,
true.
according to
No,
Smug.
it's Rashid. I actually saw those rounds.
Yeah.
And I remember exactly how it happened. He got crush countered in the beginning of round 1.
Yeah, it was great.
Right? Which led him to the corner, and then he guessed wrong on the first wake up.
Yeah,
on the first wake up, and he died. He got stunned and he died. Second round,
Yeah.
he did a dashing straight, and he got John did a random jump in,
And it worked.
and it hit him, which led him to the corner, and then he guessed wrong defensively, and then he got stunned and died. So it happened twice. Like,
I want to talk to you because it wasn't just like it wasn't just Juice. He was Balrog. He threw some Balrog in there as well.
oh, his Balrog
Yeah,
really good.
Yeah, his ball is amazing.
Carried him against Fujimura.
Yeah,
Like,
it beat Fujimura.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Japan thinks G is low tier.
What?
Yeah, Japan. What do you think of that?
That's crazy. They think. Why?
They thought Warrior was low tier in season 2 too.
G is amazing. I don't know why they think he's low tier. That character is nuts.
I mean, there's got to be some good. I mean, like now we're America's getting a lot better too. Like, so they got to start taking America's picks better too. I mean, like we just saw 2 in top 8 between Punk and Smug. Now it's like, is it just like Japan's heart set in their ways, so they're losing out on maybe some other characters they should be playing?
I think they play weird. Japan,
Okay.
well, not play weird, but Japan's
Maybe
always.
differently.
North
Yeah,
America
they play
plays weird.
differently.
Yeah, they play really defensively.
I actually think this is the first year that Japan's doing better. Or second year that
The
Japan's
second
doing
year,
better. Because the first 2 years of the season, I think America was way
USA.
better.
USA.
Way better.
Yeah.
The game is like historically, don't you feel that America does better at those like hectic games that are really fast paced and
Yeah,
really like
aggression.
America
Yeah,
has
yeah.
always been the best at offensive teams.
like Marvel?
Do we just have a big aggro meta right now? Like,
Oh, we've always had.
It's
an
always
aggro
been like that for Street Fighter V. It's
Yeah.
like super aggro. There's
Yeah.
not really much defensive mechanics in the game, right? So
Yeah.
like they're really like America has always been good at those like 50-50 situations, more so than Japanese players. And then like Japanese players try to play like a slower,
methodical game.
Yeah,
I feel you, I feel
slower
you, man.
game. So I think now they're getting used to like all the random fast-paced aggression. Like Tokido plays so good just by like changing up his options constantly.
So he
like,
jumps so
in
much. this
aggressive.
tournament.
Yeah.
I've never seen him
I've
jump that
never
much.
seen him jump
Like,
this much
ever.
in any tournament ever. Yeah, it was crazy. So that was
Yeah, it was-
interesting to watch.
all right, I want to move forward and get some predictions right now, and just some pre-thoughts here because we're gonna talk about the Brussels Challenge Major. We haven't seen much of EU yet. What are
but
some of
they're
the like
free.
bigger international EU talents that we should be looking out for?
My favorite is Big Bird.
Big Bird.
Big Bird.
Big Bird.
Middle
Big
East.
Bird. Is it?
Yeah, he's Middle Eastern.
Oh.
Yeah, but he's definitely gonna win. Like he always goes to the European.
Yeah,
tournaments. He
like
can
I feel
definitely
like
take it.
he's like always with the EU guys. So
Yeah,
I just
always,
yeah,
dude.
like he's probably my favorite EU player that's like really active in Street Fighter V. His Rashid is really good.
Yeah.
He's one of the best Ken players, but Ken, no
Zeku's
one wants to play Ken anymore.
That is true.
His Zeku's really good. Yeah,
One of the best.
I'd probably pick him to
Well,
do really well.
Do really well. Win? Like, he's got some opposition, like Problem X, Bonchan, Chex.
Yeah, like no, he's won big.
Yeah,
he won.
He won the last European major.
Yeah?
Yeah, the last one actually. That's how he qualified. Remember?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know how he did. He did it with Zaku too.
Shax is good. Bonchan's been playing crazy.
What's going on with Problem X then? I mean, like.
No, he's always
he
a
had good
pick.
height.
He's always a pick
top.
too.
He's gonna be my pick.
Oh, he's your pick.
Yo,
All right,
he's
now
always
to
a
you.
problem. He's not Problem X.
Because
He's
I don't
Problem
like to
anytime.
pick. I never like picking like the super favored.
Yeah.
Like I always just like to pick who.
Underdog.
Oh, so you're
Not
going for like cool
He's an
storylines.
FGC hipster, bro.
He's not the underdog in any chance.
He's
but
an FGC hipster.
He plays so sick. Like I don't know. Like sometimes when I watch him, I'm like this.
How does he play like that?
He plays so sick, and he's always been good in Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, you're
right?
amazing.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, all right. So, if you had to predict right now, even reality, not even just cool storylines, reality, who do you think is going to be taking that, the Brussels?
Yeah, I still think Big Bird. Yeah. I still think he can take it. Yeah.
Me is Problem X, aka Problem anytime.
You're going
He's
Problem
always
X.
a problem. Anytime, all the time.
Rashid is right now. Like that's why I'm picking Big Bird.
That is true.
All right, sick. Well, hey, we'll let you get back on your road. It was great that you were passing by and just dropped in for us. But Blitzman, thanks for joining in. We talk Street Fighter 5, my dude. Cool. Now let's put Street Fighter in the rearview mirror for a second. There were so many other tournaments that were happening over the past weekend, so let's take you for a quick little recap.
You gotta feel the tension is at 25 right now. Oh my God! A guy! Brian Hakai! A miracle air-to-air takes out the final summoning champ, puts him in the loser's bracket. Oh man, that was an opportunity, but he's just not ready for it. That's okay though, but not for Yamcha. This might be it.
Yeah, so he just spent the level 3, so he's not going to build too much bar. Going to spend that one on Hell Zone, follow it up.
Look at that. What?
Oh, trying to reflect, doesn't actually get the command grab. He tried it on the ground as well. And then there it is, the 5L for Goichi, taking home NCR 2019 back-to-back NCR champion for Dragon Ball FighterZ.
I don't know, man, once we hit that, oh yeah, it's sticky. Things just got sticky. See ya. Oh, what happened? Did he escape? Did he concede?
Yeah, it looks like he gave up. He's already gone.
Forward air? Oh no!
Oh,
there we go. That was accidental if I've ever seen an accident myself. Regardless, Grand Finals champion goes to Panda Global's very own E-Sam.
We could have all prevented this if we had just freed Foe, Oscar.
We should have freed Foe. We should have listened.
Oh, he's done. He's done.
Probably no fist bump, I'm guessing.
Yeah. He's so done.
Forward throws. That's all he needs is forward throws.
Oh, forward smash! And
Insane.
that's gonna be it.
My God, Cope.
Axe just trying to juggle him. Barely spaced that dash dance. And are we looking for an up B? Yeah, no, he doesn't. He needed the up B there. Like, oh! He's up 3 stocks. I would do the same thing. I know. That's it.
And he even got the reverse tail spike. Axe takes the tournament.
All right, Drew, we're going to kick things off with the Battle of BC right now. Axe followed up a second place finish at Genesis with a win here. Now, he said on stream after his win that he's ready to beat the gods. You agree with that?
Oh, hell no. Hell
Okay.
no. Pikachu sucks.
Ooh,
That's why. Pikachu's
shout
not a
out to
good
all
character.
Pikachus.
Yeah, no. I feel like while he is rapidly improving, man, would it even matter? The gods are half of them are retired, and one of them is literally stalling it out because Pups could be banned.
Yeah, Pup will not be banned. We'll talk about that in a second, but I want to keep on we've talked a lot about Zane. Zane's looking solid too, and a lot of people think Zane can start taking on the gods, and if Axe beats Zane, therefore math.
Oh man,
you should be able to, right?
By transitive math properties, you're right about that, 100%. I feel like Zane, I thought he could do it, but Axe kind of showed some clinks in the armor.
Yeah.
But do I think Axe can take on the gods? I would love to see that. But if he didn't do it then, what's the difference now?
Well, I think hopefully, I mean, like he's got the motivation behind him right now. I mean, we hear a lot too about how he's feeling like kind of a pressure of like people going against him because he's always winning in his region, right? You know, I feel like that almost motivates people to like do even better when people start cheering against you.
I mean, look, you could be the king of your backyard, but I didn't see him beat any of the gods last year.
That's true. That's
so,
fair.
So, I mean, Axe just proved me wrong.
Hey, we'll see. Again, those guys, a lot of melee coming up in the future, right? So I'm over Axe. Axe is a great guy anyways. But
awesome.
We have to talk about that thing that you mentioned there. There was a horrendous Jigglypuff versus Icy's Climber set. For those who didn't catch it, why was this so infuriating to watch? Just kind of recap what happened.
It wasn't infuriating. It was not infuriating at all.
That's all it was.
That's all it was. You know what? These kids these days, they don't know how to wait. Like, you don't know how to be patient. Everything's instant gratification.
Yeah.
And you know what that dude did? That dude did whatever he could to win. And boy, did he win.
Yeah, it's just so weird. I mean, like to end up stalling like that just because you're mad of your opponent's play style. You know, like to me, it's so silly. Yeah, so it just, again, Fohebro just didn't like that Puff is Puff. Deal with it.
Dude, that's just part of the game. I mean, look, we've seen Puff lose before to characters like Fox. Unfortunately, he picked Ice Climbers, which is a terrible matchup. And because
he wanted the wobbling.
So that's not allowed. Here's my hot take, though. If they allowed wobbling, he would have had a way better chance to beat Chongo.
So do you think this is a case of an actual issue now with Puff having just a very, very defensive playstyle, or do you think it's an issue with other players not having the patience to learn and deal with that meta?
I do think that if you're a top player at the game, you have to be good enough to get past the stalling. And if you can't get past the stalling, that's more of a testament to your opponent's skill as a player than really the gameplay.
Yeah.
Right? You can't blame the game. You can't blame the player when the game allows you to do that.
Yeah, well, I think it's such a weird, I've talked about this before, it's such a weird mentality that, you know, these guys love that the game doesn't get patched, right? They love that new metas develop, but then they get mad when a new meta develops that they just don't like. It's like you can't have the best of both worlds, right?
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
But I like Melee.
Of course you love Melee. You're a dirty Puff, man. You stall all day, baby.
Jesus.
You stall all day, baby.
So the biggest issue here, I think, too, is that we also had commentators booing.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm like, is that like a no-go for commentators? Or do you think like they should stand behind the fans, too, and go with them?
I think that was sort of, like, it's always easy to get caught up. You know, it's always easy to get caught up in the moment. And I think the commentators got caught up in the moment. I feel like if they realized that, hey, we're commentating the game and stalling is part of the game, then they shouldn't have reacted that way. Because at the end of the day, all you're doing is you're encouraging a vocal minority to even be more loud. You validate their opinions.
We get the wrong crowd mentality going forward. Now, I guess at the end of the day, is this hurting Melee? Like, do you think, I've seen a lot of problems coming up in that Melee community, and with the fact that they're not even at EVO as well, do you think this is kind of that fall apart? Like, do you think it's slowly imploding, that scene right now?
Because of the way they reacted, I feel like it could, but at the same time, I think a lot of people have to understand, making your game watchable by having fast-paced action just nullifies and just makes it, and desensitizes the fast-paced action that Melee is known for.
Yeah.
When you have like when you have brief glimpse of like stalling, and when you have brief glimpse of great defensive play, that's another testament to the skill of the players.
And how deep the meta can be in Melee.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just one play style.
Yeah, it's not one play style. You get something as shallow as maybe like Street Fighter V, which is a common complaint. However, people have to understand, when you want something to invest in, when you want something easy to watch, you have to have a good narrative. And having an enemy like Puff players, that's a great narrative. And that's what people really want to invest themselves in when they watch. They do care about the action, but they care about the meaning behind the action. And when you have something that's you emotionally invest in, like philosophies and playstyle, that's creating a great narrative, and that creates more spectators. So I feel like a lot of people have to really approach this in a different way.
You make a great case for why Puff should never be banned. I like you. I don't know if you meant for that to backfire, but it did. Anyways, let's bounce back to NCR, as there was also a Dragon Ball FighterZ event, but for some reason, it was pre-patch tournament. What's going on with that?
You know what? I am a TO, an event runner or tournament organizer myself, and I feel like you know what? I don't have 100 PS4s on deck.
You don't?
I hand that off. No, I'm not bothered, dude. So what I do is I rent them out.
Okay, yeah.
Right? And unfortunately, when you rent out consoles, and I feel like this is one of the cases, when you rent out consoles, you don't have the ability to patch the consoles. That's more money. That's more extra fees. And on top of that, it's more of a hassle for the person you're renting from. And they probably don't understand or don't care. They just care that you rent the console. You pay for it.
Yeah.
Right? So in a way, I feel like that's what they got hit with.
Okay.
At least from my point of view. Now, does it suck for the player? Absolutely, it sucks for the
They're
player.
going to revert everything they've learned in practice.
Yeah,
then,
and the
right?
worst part is the patch was out for almost 2 weeks. It was a week and a half. So these guys are doing combos and they're missing all their combos because their combos completely got patched.
So
different routes were happening.
Let's talk about the results then. So like Goichi beat Kazunoko in the grand finals. Is Goichi at top again, or is this just a result of the patch and maybe he just reverted better?
We're gonna put an asterisk on his win.
Yeah.
Right? We're gonna put an asterisk on that win. And it's not, he still had to beat Kazunoko.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe, I don't know.
And
Maybe
Kazunoko was the best player before this patch happened. So he did something amazing.
I mean, maybe it's a testament. Like, he was able to revert faster. Maybe he's just better able to adapt. I don't know. Maybe we should just start running all the tournaments with different patches and see who can adapt quicker.
Oh, hell no.
That's why I'm not running Dragon Ball tournaments.
We gotta have a consistent tournament experience, man. Honestly, he still did something amazing.
Yeah.
He beat Kazunoko, the Dragon Ball World Tour finalist and champion.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's unfortunate that that's how the event had to go, but I think if people understood that, hey, John Choi or the organizer of NorCal Regionals, they don't have the ability to own and house and have and store 1,000 or 100 consoles, or like even like 40, then these are the things that you run into sometimes.
Yeah.
Find another person to rent from.
One last guy though, maybe there's a new storyline coming up. Brian Hakai, I guess he threw him down into the lowers. How do you take out Kazunoko? Like, is this just like again a surprise of the patch, or is this a guy we're watching out for now?
I think this is a new up and coming player. He's always been an online warrior.
I like news stories.
He's always been an online warrior. He's always been in the depths and in the caves of the net play.
Yeah.
But he's shown that, hey, he can duke it out, and he had a really strong showing. And the worst part is, when he played Apology Man, he dropped off his combos because he was doing the post-patch combos.
Yeah.
And that's the silliest part about that.
That's the
so
worst.
maybe he could have gone third. Maybe he could have taken out another name like Apology Man.
All right, so that's a name. Keep an eye on this guy, Brian Hakai. But one last thing, of course, Drew, we got to take care of. Out of all the tournaments, and there's a lot this weekend, you need to decide now on your player of the week.
It's that dirty puck player. No, it's Tokido, baby! My boy is back! My boy is back! He got another victory under his belt. He had a really, really silly, and slow and slumpy.
A little bit of a slump there, yeah. What do you see it? Like, is this a good rise back? Was it just, did he need that little bit of a slump just to pull himself, give himself that motivation? He's going to stay on top for a while now? Or is this going to be like a roller coaster?
It's going to be, actually, the person he played with is Punk.
Yeah.
And Punk managed to reset the bracket and show that he's over the Evil 2017 loss.
Yeah, Punk was in a bit of a slump as well.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
And then they both picked it up. And I think it's going to be a much more exciting Capcom Pro Tour season because those two are going to go back to back. Maybe we're going to see them more in grand finals, and that's going to be a narrative that may play out. And
is this like the rivalry now to look forward to 2019?
Absolutely, I think it is.
All right, perfect. I like it. Anyways, that's it for Esports in 30 today. Thanks to Blitzman, of course, for chilling with us earlier, and to all you guys for hanging out. Tomorrow is Rocket League Day, so make sure you come back for that at 8 p.m. Eastern. Until then, hit us up on all the socials at Squad State, and we'll see you later.